lecture of our Senior Dental Care lecture series. Today's main topic is tooth removal in elder patients and what are the best teeth replacement options for seniors. Now, talking about tooth removal, in these patients there is very high chance that there is gum disease, the tooth are variously fractured, and the teeth are mobile, and because of these reasons, the teeth have to be removed. But in all these patients, especially if the patient is above 50 years, generally we as dentists, what we do is we take the medical history of the patient, because we need to know what if there is any medical issue or not. See, there are many things that can be spoken about, but right now I'm going to focus on only the two most common medical problems that the senior citizen has, and they are diabetes and heart problems. Now, what happens in case of diabetes? If the senior person is having diabetes, then the gum problems get aggravated, and in these cases, the teeth become mobile, and they come to us because they want to get their teeth removed. So, what we tell the patient is to get their latest blood sugar level done. Now, if the report comes that the blood sugar findings are in the normal range, or even if they are borderline or slightly higher, even in that case, we can go ahead with the tooth removal. But if the blood sugar level is very high, much high above the normal range, then we usually tell the patient to postpone the treatment a little bit. We ask the patient to visit their doctor or the physician who is treating them, get the medication changed, get adjusted to the newer dose. After a month or so, again do the test, and then once the report becomes normal or closer to normal, at that time we go ahead with the tooth removal. Because what happens is, if the blood sugar level is uncontrolled or very high than the normal, then the healing of the wound when we remove the tooth doesn't take place, and there is a very high chance that it can develop into a severe infection, and it can be a very traumatic episode for the patient if the wound doesn't heal fast, or if the infection starts spreading in the mouth. Then is hypertension. So again, in the same way, if the BP is very high out of the normal range, then again we ask the patient to adjust the dose with the take physician's consent, and go and meet them and get their dose adjusted, and we postpone the tooth removal. Now, in borderline cases, we do the tooth removal surely, and we generally use the local anesthetic without adrenaline. In normal cases of the patients, we use injections with adrenaline, but in these cases, we usually don't use adrenaline injections with adrenaline. Now, in those patients who have undergone heart surgeries, or bypass, or wall replacement, or angiography and things like that, and they are on blood thinners like ecosprin, aspirin, etc. For these kind of patients, we ask them to bring their physician's consent, because the thing is, if you are on blood thinners, then when we remove the tooth, what happens is the blood, there will be no proper clot formation, and the patient will keep bleeding, which is not really very advisable. So that is why we ask the patient to take the physician's consent. You will have to stop ecosprin minimum 3 days prior to the tooth removal, and minimum after 3 days of tooth removal. Then and then only the healing will happen in that region. The blood clot will form. Otherwise, bleeding will keep taking place, and it will not be really good for the patient. So these are the three main health conditions most commonly are seen. You can eventually, we are going to put up more and more such kind of videos about medical problems and their dental treatments in elderly. But right now, as of now, this is about it. Now, our next main topic is what are the best teeth replacement options in seniors. Now, in seniors, now the tooth is removed, we have to, for them to have properly chew their food, to properly digest it, they have to have a good set of teeth in their mouth. As more and more senior patients we are seeing, having a longer lifespan, living till 80 or 90 years of age, etc. So So it is very important for them to have a very good healthy dentition, even if it is an artificial one. So now let us think that what is the best way to replace them. Now since ages, you all know that dentures have been the best way that teeth have been replaced in say last 50 years or so, right? But now with the advent of, but they are removable appliances. They have to be removed from the mouth. They have a lot of disadvantages with these appliances, in that when we place these dentures in the mouth and you use them continuously, what happens is that they spread the entire load of the food on your ridge, which is taking care of where the denture is placed. So in this case, the ridge starts absorbing, or rather in simple terms, the ridge starts dissolving. And what happens is, after 5 to 7 years, the denture becomes loose, okay, and the chewing surfaces of the teeth of these dentures, it starts wearing off, and overall the denture loses its efficiency. So a senior person on an average has to keep making the denture again and again after every 7 to 8 years. Okay. Now there are if all the teeth are not if some teeth are there, if some only few teeth are not there, so in this case many patients go for removable partial dentures. Yes, agreed, they are convenient and economical, but again the same problem with them is the chewing efficiency, biting efficiency is not that great, and again the same problem with the bone. It starts dissolving very fast when you are using them. So and they keep coming out as well while you are speaking, or so that's not a really very kind of good option for the senior patient if you want to look at it from a long term point of perspective, as in say 15 to 20 for 15 to 20 years. Next option is bridges. Now say two teeth are missing and one tooth is behind and one tooth is in front. So many patients in this case can go for a bridge, tooth supported bridge, in which case the front tooth and the back tooth we have to kind of cut them from all the sides around 1 to 2 millimeters, okay, and we take their impressions, we send them to the lab, and as per what type of cap the senior patient wants, we accordingly ask the lab guy to make it, and in the next visit it is placed back. Okay, so in this case, yes, this is one option which is not very expensive like an implant, but again it is a fixed option as well. So lot of patients today who really don't want removable partial dentures, who have few teeth in their mouth and only few teeth are missing. So all these patients many other times they go for these bridges. So I feel bridges is also a good option, there is nothing wrong in it. But again, if you want to see and look at it from a very long term perspective, see, they are again going to last say 10 to 12 years, maximum 15 years. They have to be replaced again, because what happens is it becomes difficult to clean between the teeth. Okay, so there can be tartar accumulation, or the tooth can get decayed at the junction of the cap and the gums. The bridges can get chipped off, or sometimes due to some abnormal force the bridge can come off. Of course, there is a 5% chance of this happening. It's not that every time this is going to happen. But one small disadvantage of this is that we have to cut the normal teeth, as in the teeth which are in front and behind. Those teeth are not damaged, but unnecessarily we have to cut them and involve them. I think this is the biggest disadvantage of a tooth supported bridge. Now we finally come to what you all must be having an idea is implants. Okay, dental implants are nothing but a screw which replaces the root of the tooth. Okay, so this goes inside the bone and it gets fixed in the bone, and a cap or a tooth is placed on top of it which gets the support of that implant. So that implant, the dental implant, is acting like the root. So all the force which is growing on that tooth goes straight to the implant, and the bone surrounding the implant is saved from any damage. Okay, and this is the precise reason, why dental implants are permanent options vis-a-vis other dentures and bridges. Dental implants, again, there are mainly two types in it: implant supported bridges and implant supported dentures. So what happens in implant supported bridges is that around 6 to 8 implants in the upper teeth and 6 to 8 implants in the lower teeth are done, and bridges are made. So these are implant supported bridges, so crowns are made accordingly. So in this, what happens is, generally implants take minimum 3 to 4 visits, because in the first visit the patient is checked properly, the patient is recommended x-rays, because the dentist or the implant specialist, they need to evaluate how much is the bone height, width, etc. Also, there again, as I said, for tooth removal, even for implants, there are contraindications, like patients who are again severe uncontrolled diabetes, or they are on blood thinners, etc. Then we really need to take care, get the physician's consent and really see whether it is really possible, if they are having any bone disorders or arthritis or any such kind of, they are on steroid medications or all these things. So we really need to take a very detailed case history, and only then it can be decided whether the implant is suitable for the senior patient or no. Once it is decided that okay, yes, these many implants, this the patient is comfortable, and it is the implants are indicated, they can be done, then in the next visit a local anesthesia is given, and the implants are placed. So it will be like roughly like a 2 to 3 hours surgery, and the patient does not, in 90% of the cases, the patient does not need to be admitted. Okay, even if it is a senior patient, in a 2 to 3 on an OPD basis or a day basis, in any dental clinic or in a dental hospital, the surgery is done and the patient is discharged on the same day itself. Follow-up is taken in these patients 1 week or 2 weeks, and then after 2 to 3 months, more follow-ups are done to see whether the implant is fixed in the bone or no. And then after that, the bridges are made. There are abutments or connections are attached to those implants, and impressions are taken, and the crowns or bridges are fitted. Now, in case if the this becomes a little bit expensive treatment, but of course, it looks amazing. So any senior patients who are interested, they can definitely go for this. And those patients who want to do implants but really don't want to spend so much, they can go for implant supported dentures, in which roughly around 4 to 6 implants in the upper jaw and 4 to 6 implants in the lower jaw can be done, and the denture is made like a regular denture and given to the patient. Now the denture is attached to the implant with the help of a ball and a socket, as in the implant has a small ball protruding from above the gum. The impression is taken of those regions, it is sent to the lab, and when the denture comes, it has a small hole or a small socket type in it which fits into it. So in that way the whole thing becomes fixed, and the patient he or she, they are not able to remove it on their own. So believe me, we have had patients, senior patients, who are very happy with we have to change the psyche of the patient. See, what happens is the patient thinks that array denture is very economical, very cheap, I will go for that. But when we tell the patient, when we explain it to them that it has a long-term cost, maintenance, plus the looks, the feel, the function, everything is completely different if you see implants. If you weigh the pros and cons, what is the best for you? So this is how the patient gets really convinced. They understand the importance of how it is necessary to have a long-term treatment plan for replacing their teeth. So I'm sure you all must have got a very good idea of what are the different teeth replacement options for elders. And in our next lecture, which will be the last lecture of this series, I will be talking about what are the various dental care issues seen in elderly and how the dentist or the geriatric dentist can help the senior person in solving his or her various oral problems. So today I'm signing off. I'm Dr. Sneha Nirikar. Thank you so much.